All right, this is Lara Fabian. We are the Flyers from Germany in 2017.
Never fly before you can.
Okay.
Make sure you know how to land, or somebody's going to hurt. Gravity is the final word, and it's always going to win. There's gonna come a time you're gonna need a safe place to fall.
Okay, this is a really different vibe. This is nice.
Before we say goodbye, you better make sure you set it up. So come and hold me tight. Last chance, let's dance on the wire.
Wow, I'm loving this, guys.
Don't worry, 'cause tonight, tonight, we are the Flyers.
All right, well, as I gotta admit, I didn't think I had any new ground to cover with Lara. I've heard so much of her work and listened to so many of her performances. I've seen her do so many different styles already. I kind of thought I know I hadn't seen everything, but I kind of felt like I had seen all the different sides of her. But I'm really digging this vibe. It's very chill. It's got just her and the guitar, just really laid back. Yeah, I just don't think that I've seen anything quite like this from her before. She looks great. This isn't that long ago, right? 2017. So I'm a little bit like awestruck, I guess, just a little bit taken aback by this one. So
never lie unless you can. Remember, words come back again. Just like feathers in the wind, they can rise and fall and spin. Sometimes they will lock you in. There's gonna come a time we're gonna need a safe place to fall. Before we say goodbye, you better make sure you set it up. So come and hold me tight. Last chance, let's dance on the wire. Don't worry, 'cause tonight, tonight, we are the Flyers. Hey.
I always thought that the guitar's ability to sound like multiple instruments was beautiful. Obviously, Lara's doing a great job. One of my things I think vocally anyway that I really like about this performance is the way that she's able to manipulate her voice. Like I see her do it with duets all the time, where she puts her voice in the exact right spot so that she is neither falling behind or getting blown out or blowing out or overshadowing her stage partner. And she's kind of doing the same thing with the guitar. Her and the guitar are sharing the stage right now, and she's doing a wonderful job of putting her voice exactly in the right spot as far as her dynamics go, volume, how restrained it is, how much air she's using, all while of course keeping perfect diction and hitting every note exactly as she needs to, and then of course completely breaking my concentration with all of these long intense looks into the camera. This is probably one of the coolest performances I think I've seen of Lars. I really kind of just dig the pocket that these two are sitting in and the way they're kind of just flowing with each other. I think it's really cool.
So come and hold me tight. Last chance, let's dance on the wire. Don't worry, 'cause tonight, tonight, we are the Flyers. So come and hold me tight. Let's dance on the wire. We are the Flyers. Don't worry, 'cause tonight, tonight, we are the Flyers.
Exactly like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The way she
You know?
completely
Dankeschön.
smashed that last note down. Okay, so that was Lara Fabian. We are the Flyers in Germany in 2017. So I think you guys are going to get the meat of this reaction here in the sort of wrap up, because one of the things that I have to acknowledge about this kind of performance, it looked like it was maybe on like a talk show, right? Like maybe one of the like we have in the late night talk shows here in the States, or something like that, because it was not the most intimate of settings as far as the actual setting. I think they played it very intimately, and they did a really good job of that. But you can definitely see the difference in the way that Lara approaches a performance like this in a setting like this. And if you pull up something of hers from one of her concerts, when there's a room full of fans and they're all much closer to the stage, and the lighting is much more intimate. Lighting has a lot to do with it, and proximity to the audience. Here, her main audience focus was the camera, as it should have been for this situation. But you could just tell, you can see the different way that she approaches the song from an emotional place. Generally, in a song like this, she probably wouldn't have smiled quite so much if she were doing this in a concert in a theater with the lighting down, the atmosphere, the mood set, her audience a little bit closer, playing to the crowd as opposed to the camera. There were subtle differences. There were a few differences, and I think in the way that she probably would have handled this one versus a performance like that, just because it's an entirely different animal when you're playing for a camera, particularly in a what I think again is sort of like a talk show, a late night talk show. It's an entertainment. They're playing like a really sort of vibey, chill song. Her communication with the audience was a little more upbeat. It was a little more almost social as opposed to theatrical. I think that's a good way to put it. It was a little bit more of a social performance as opposed to her default, which is a very committed, character-driven theatrical performance. That is definitely a difference that I noticed in this one. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I didn't really give an intro. I just realized that. I don't know why I didn't. But if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Check the description for all my social media links, including a link to the Patreon where you can get reactions to so many Lara Fabian performances. I have so much Lara content on there, like over 100, maybe 200 plus videos of interviews and different performances that you just won't find here on YouTube. Plus, I have a weekly poll that I try to get up every week. Sometimes I'll do two from the poll if they were fairly close. So every 1 to 2 weeks, usually a poll will go up, and my Lara's Angels tier over on Patreon gets to vote on what performances they want to see next. So if you're interested in something like that, do check out the Patreon in the link in the description. Having said all that, thank you so much to my patrons who support the channel. I know that I am a little less than consistent all the time. I'm doing my best, and you guys have always been very gracious with me, so I appreciate it. Please remember, as always, to be kind to each other, and most importantly, be kind to yourself.